Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us today at Snow Globe Rescue. I'm Tony.
I'm Allie.
And this is where we show you how to fix your snow globes. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for joining us today, and hopefully you'll consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. And at the end of the video, there are some links to some of our other videos you might be interested in. So today we have a subscriber request. Now, we did not realize this was a subscriber request, and we actually started using this globe to do some experiments on, to try some new things. And as we're working on it, it just so happened we found out just by accident that this had been requested by a subscriber. So this goes out to Darken Charlie XO, who saw this globe in episode 105. And what happened is, apparently, you know, whenever a subscriber requests a globe, we mark it and put it aside. This one apparently either did not get marked or the mark fell off or something, and we didn't realize it was a subscriber request, and we started using it to do some experiments. So we don't have an actual before shot to show you, but we do have the clip from episode 105 where we first introduced it as a new snow globe video. And so we're going to go ahead and put that clip in here so you can see what this looked like at first. And then when we come back, we'll talk about this for a minute. All right, so this is an interesting globe because the base is actually an airplane. And
I mean, it looks like it's had a, one too many.
It's had a rough flight.
Yeah,
it's had a couple. It's had a couple of rough flights. It needs to be cleaned up. It's pretty dirty. The wing, a piece of the wing is missing, so we'll have to see if we can fix that. And I think there might have been a propeller up here. Maybe might have been something in here. Maybe not. Maybe we can figure something out and make a propeller that we can put in there. But yeah, I think using that two-stage putty, we might be able to get a wing fixed up here.
Trying.
But, yeah. But the base, as you can see, it's an airplane, and it says on the side, "I can fly." So inside we have two bears. And we're getting a lot of bears lately. Just a lot of snow globes with bears in them.
Yeah.
Teddy bears, not real bears.
Yeah.
The two bears look like they're in uniforms there with their goggles. One has balloons, and they're sitting. I guess, one's at the controls there.
The other one's just hanging
out for the ride, exactly. And there's no water in this, completely gone, and the stopper's pulled in. So
this one needs a lot.
This one needs the full treatment right here.
Yeah,
everything.
that's going to be a huge job.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see if we can make something out of it.
All right. So as you saw in that clip, this globe was missing all the water. The stopper was pulled in. The end of the wing was missing, and we think there might have been a propeller up here at one point. We're not sure, but so what happened with this globe is, and as I said before, we didn't realize it was a subscriber request. We decided to use it to do some experiments, and one of the experiments we did was episode 139, which was the glitter glue, and this is the globe that we used to do the glitter glue. If you saw the glitter glue episode, this is the one right here that we took this globe, fixed it all up, and used the glitter glue to see what it looked like. So that was already done. This globe is ready to go, and as you can see, that's the glitter glue in there. And then what we did is we were doing some experimentation with the two-stage epoxy putty. And we are working on replacing the end of this wing over here that was missing. And so we had the epoxy putty on there. This actually was done like several weeks ago, and we just haven't gotten around to it. But now that we found that it's a subscriber request, we decided to go ahead and finish this up. So what we need to do here is just kind of clean up this epoxy putty on the wing here. And we're going to see about possibly putting a propeller on the front of this, see how that works out. And go from there, and then finish this thing up. So what do you think, Allie?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's see what we can do here. So as I mentioned, we've already taken some of the two-stage epoxy putty and put it on the wing here to create a wingtip, but it's a little bit thick compared to this other wing down here. So we're going to go ahead and try to shave this down a little bit to make the wing a little thinner. We're gonna use a Dremel tool to do that. So if you could hold that for me, Allie, I'm gonna try and get this wing shape down a little bit. All right, here we go. That looks better. All right, that looks a lot better. What do you think, Al?
Looks good.
Looks good. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and just continue shaping this a little bit on the top here so that it kind of blends in a little bit, and then we should be able to paint it. All right. So like we mentioned before, it looks to us like this plane should have a propeller in the front here. It's got this square hole. We're not sure if there was something in there before, but we have an idea. We're going to go ahead and take this two-stage epoxy putty, and you may have seen us use this before. We don't have a lot of experience repairing snow globe bases with this, but this is like our second or third attempt. This two-stage epoxy putty, and I believe the epoxy is in the middle, and this white outer part is the activator, and there's like a layer of some kind of powder that separates the two. You cut off as much as you need, you mix it up. When the white and the green part are mixed together, then it activates it and it turns as hard as a rock when it's dry, just like you see here on the wing. It's like stone. So what we're gonna do here is we are going to cut a piece of this epoxy putty off. Maybe like this knife doesn't work very well. Here we go. Okay, we'll put this part away for now. And we'll remove this plastic from the outside. And now we're just going to mix these two halves together until they're completely combined. The epoxy putty thoroughly mixed here. So Allie, if you could hold that base and hold it up here a little bit. So, okay, there you go, like that. I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this epoxy putty, and I'm gonna go ahead and...
It's like a lot.
I'm gonna take a little bit less. Let me see here. Okay, we'll put that right there. Oh, I thought we were gonna put that right there. Here, bring it over here. There we go.
Still, I think there's... How much do you want sticking out?
Well, we're going to have the propeller, or the mount for the propeller in there, so we're just going to paint this whole thing blue once this dries, or cures. And so I've got that square hole filled in, and I wanted to have a little bit of height on it so that it would be away from the plane's body. Okay, so right there. Now we're going to take this nail right here, and I'm going to put a hole right down the middle of it, and that's where this is going to mount the propeller, hopefully. Okay, so we have a hole right there. Once this cures, we'll repaint this blue and then mount the propeller. We still got to make that. Now, we do have on the side here, you could hold that up, Ellie. This bird, we notice, is missing a little bit of its wing. We're going to try and take some of this and see if we can replace part of that wing. And we'll have to repaint the whole bird, but I'm not sure if this is going to work, but let's see. We'll give this a try. Okay, that looks like a wing. All right.
I think it looks good.
Okay, so we're gonna let this cure, we're gonna let the wing cure, and then we'll come back and start painting.
Why mess with perfection?
So as we said, we're gonna try to make a propeller for this. And how to make a propeller, weren't sure, but looked in our bag of tricks here and we found a couple of things. So we have this lid that went to a can and it's blue, and I thought this might work. And so what we're gonna do, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this lip off here so that it sits flat. And that way we have a flat surface to work with. Okay, there we go, flat. Now we measured, and from the bottom of the base to the center of that hole is about a ½ inch. So we're gonna want about a 2-inch propeller. So we're gonna go ahead and take this piece of plastic here, and we're gonna go ahead and mark off a straight edge here. Let's see. Starting from this center point, we'll go out 1 inch in either direction from the center. There we go, 2 inches. And now from there, let's see. All right. So we got our lines right there. So I'm gonna cut that out. And then we have our marks for the 1 inch on either side of the center. Right there. And right there. Okay. So now what we need to do is make the propeller. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's see. I figured we could make a circle right here around this center point, like that. And then we could go from that center point and make like a propeller shaped.
Oh.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were doing.
Yeah, now do you see it? Right, so now I'm drawing out the actual propeller blades. Like that. All right, now let's see how this works. I think that'll work. And now all we need to do is put a hole in the middle for the nail. Let's see here. And I'll use my screwdriver here. And then,
That helps.
yep, and then it should sit in there just like that.
That
All right.
doesn't half bad.
It looks like a propeller, I think.
Looks like a mustache.
We'll see. All right, so we've got our propeller, and we got our propeller shaft. We're gonna let this epoxy dry, then we'll come back, paint, and finish it up. All right. This epoxy is pretty much cured. So we're gonna start with the wing, and we mixed up some red with a little bit of black to try and match, but it's not gonna be an exact match, so we're gonna have to paint the entire wing all the way to the body in there, and it should look right. So, all right, I'll go ahead and put some paint on that wing.
Let's see. Got it pretty close, I think.
It's pretty, I think we got the shade pretty close, yeah. You know, actually it's, I think it's a close enough match that we don't have to paint the entire wing, actually. I think it looks pretty good. And you can see some of the brush strokes, but however, I was gonna say we should put a second coat of paint on it, but the thing is, the rest of the base is that way. You can see all the brush strokes. You can see part of the, you can see some of the base through the paint. So it actually matches the style of the rest of the globe. So it actually looks, so we're gonna let that red paint dry and then come back over it with the yellow and the white and the blue to match the other wing here. All right, now we need to mix up some blue for the front here and then some lighter blue for the bird. All right, so we're done with the wing, and now we're gonna paint this front part here where the propeller goes. We don't have this shade of blue, but it doesn't have to be that shade of blue. So Allie's going to paint it black.
I thought black would look good.
And we have the blue propeller, and so I think that'll work. So we're just going to go ahead and paint that whole area right there black, and then we'll mount the blue propeller on it.
I think it'll also help hide the added mount.
The repair?
You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so the front of the plane has been painted black. Looks good. We'll let that dry along with the wing. And the last thing is the bird here. The wing that we added in there looks pretty good, actually.
That's okay.
So now we just need to get some paint for that. We're going to go ahead and see what we have. We have a shade of blue that we're going to use for the bird here. And since we can't match up the bird's color, we're going to paint the entire bird with this shade of blue.
You know, it's a happier shade of blue
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lot brighter.
Mm-hmm.
Go. All in.
It's a blue jay. All right, the bird is painted. Allie got the entire bird painted. That wing that we made looks halfway decent.
Tell me what you think, guys.
Looks like a
How'd we
wing.
do? I think it looks good.
Yeah. So we got the front painted here and filled in with the two-stage epoxy. Got the wing replaced, bird painted, wing painted. So we're going to let these three sections dry. And then the last thing we need to do is paint the stars and the stripes and on here, and we should be done.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back
Okay.
when all that's dry.
Like our white's a little bit brighter than the other white. Such a small piece. So that really matters.
All right, everybody, we are back. It has probably been about a week or so since we last worked on this. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic and the related staffing shortages, we just have not had the time to fix snow globes as we used to. And we're hoping. I doubt things are going to get back to normal. I don't know what normal was, but hopefully things get back to some sort of normalcy. So. And we'll have more time, hopefully, to work on these globes like we did before.
Yeah, hopefully. I have a very long shift most of my days, so it takes up a lot of my time, unfortunately.
Yeah, we just don't have enough time, but here we are, we're back. And so, as you can see, we finished all the painting here.
I think it came out
It
really good.
Yeah, it came out good, and the works kind of keeps in with the style of the this has kind of a rough style to it, actually. You know, it just kind of like not a totally
I feel
polished
like it's been knocked
look.
around for a while.
Well, I think it's just like that from the factory. It's just the way it's designed and the way it's painted and everything. So, so we got the base, and we'll take a look at that here in a little bit. But so we're all done with that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and attach the globe.
Watch out for that.
Oh yeah, watch out for the bird here.
Watch out for the bird.
So let's go ahead and get the hot glue over here.
It's like really amazing to think that, you know, this is added on and that is added on.
Yeah.
Color's added on.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's really good.
yeah,
I think we did great.
So yeah, those turned out pretty good so far. Let's see when we finish here. All right, so get rid of that globe, Ellie.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead.
What direction were they in?
The one guy flying the plane was facing forward.
Well, oh yeah, there is a guy flying the plane, huh?
Right, he's facing forward, and then the other guy's facing to the side.
I didn't realize there was a guy flying it.
Yeah.
I forgot. It's been disassembled for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now how's that look from the front?
Right about there.
Okay.
See, yeah. The pilot is facing forward, There we go.
That looks so different being like with it all together.
Yeah.
Careful of the bird. I almost touched it.
Almost touched it. Okay, let's flip this over.
Almost knocked into it.
Now we're going to go ahead and fill the space in between the globe and the base to hold it in place, and then throw some hot glue over the stopper there to seal it. Hopefully it doesn't leak on us. So far so good with this globe. It's been a while since we finished it. Nothing's leaked out. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and fill that in with hot glue.
And it's the glitter glue, so it's that really thick gelatinous.
Yeah, it's probably so thick that it's not leak. That's why it's not leaking out, because it's so thick. That's true. That is. I was thinking that myself. All right, get in. Okay, there we go. Looks like we have the globe seal. Okay, we got one air bubble. I don't know why that's there, but let's go ahead.
Yeah,
hold on.
weird.
Hold on to that. And like we said before, if you get an air bubble that pops up through your hot glue when you're sealing up the stopper, that's a little bit of water stuck in there that got vaporized, and just pop that bubble. Put some extra glue on there, or that could turn into a leak. We've seen it happen before. All right, and so let's go ahead while we're here. Let's put the lid on, or the cover.
I'm gonna use that other glitter glue, that cosmic color glitter glue, and put this really cool confetti that I found in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out.
That should be interesting. Okay.
Now, since we've already shown this,
right, that glitter.
I'll probably just skip to the tedious task of many days of mixing,
exactly,
and then come from there.
Okay, so we're not done here yet, because now that we've got the globe and the cover on, we've got to put the propeller on. So go ahead.
Do we need the glue to dry, or is it good?
No, we're good. We're good.
Perfect.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
So hold that right there.
Yep, got it.
All right. So here's the propeller that we made right here, and I'm going to tell you something about that. Here's the piece of this is a nail that we cut to size right here, and the propeller. The nail goes right through the propeller, and then I took this tube right here. This is a tube that was on the end of one of those detailed paintbrushes that we bought, and I thought that would work perfectly, and I cut a little piece of it off to use as a spacer so that the propeller doesn't hit the body of the plane. All right, we're going to go ahead and put that in the hole that we made in the epoxy putty. Now, I'm not going to use any glue because it fits in there pretty nicely, so it's if we ever need to remove it. So there it is with the propeller on it. And what you might not realize is that we had an idea. And the idea was, I wonder if we can take and heat up this plastic, the propeller we made, and put a twist in it so that it looks more like a propeller. And sure enough, we did it off camera, but we held the center here. We heated the blades with a hair dryer to soften it, and then we held a twist in it until it cooled. And sure enough, there it is. And it actually, it works. Look at that. So anyways, we're all finished up here. We're gonna go ahead and put this on the stand and take a better look at it. So we'll be right back. All right, there she is, all finished up, and she looks pretty good.
I'm proud.
Yeah, so let's take a look around. We cleaned her up. So she's nice and clean now. And if you watched the entire video, you saw that we, well, first of all, in episode 139, we did the glitter glue experiment with this globe right here. So we got that stopper back in place and did this glitter glue and water here. And you can look at episode 139 to see how that turned out. We also used the 2-stage epoxy putty to replace the end of this broken wing. Painted it, and got it to match up with the other wing. We also replaced the piece of wing that was missing on this little bird and painted the bird.
It was a lighter shade.
It was a lighter shade of blue,
but this looks much better.
This looks good, yeah. This looks good. And then, as you saw,
Piece of resistance.
Right, the piece of resistance. We filled in that hole, that square hole in the front of the plane with some 2-stage epoxy putty, got a hole in there, and we made a propeller for this plane, which actually, it works. So very proud of that. And let's shake this up real quick so you can see how that all looks together. There we go, and we got the propeller going.
That glitter glue is a lot thicker, so
Yes.
it's an interesting consistency.
Yes, it is.
I
It's-
really like it though. It's
Yeah.
that purple glitter glue.
Now, one observation that some of you may have made this observation. I made this observation as we were working on this base. And some of you might be saying to yourselves, maybe that is a jet airplane. And I thought to myself, you know, after we got working on it, it had a square hole in the front, which something didn't look right about that square hole. It looked like something was missing. But being that it has this opening in the back here, this looks like it might be a jet exhaust. That might have been an intake. So I will concede that this may have started out as a jet airplane, possibly, but I think it looks cooler with the propeller. I think the propeller gives it a little extra, character or something. It gives it a little more nostalgic look to it.
I like it.
Yeah. So there we go. There's the wing, the bird, the propeller, as you can see. So this was an interesting fix, and we learned a couple of things about working with the 2-stage epoxy putty and the paint, mixing the paint and everything. So we'll try to do some more of that in the future, and maybe we can do some repairs on some of these bases that have missing or broken pieces that we can't replace. And so that'll come with experience. But so on the way out, let's go ahead and listen to this music box. This music box plays America the Beautiful. So here we go. Yeah, get the glitter going. Get the propeller going. America the Beautiful. There we go. Well, thanks everyone for joining us for this repair. We hope you enjoyed this repair. We hope you liked the video. We hope you learned something maybe. We did. And so thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video.
Please like, subscribe.
Until then, everyone be safe and take care.
And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.